Hello all, welcome to the lecture. Today we are going to see anti-lock braking system. Anti-lock braking system is otherwise called as anti-skid braking system. So this is one of the active safety feature that are equipped in the vehicles. So this anti-lock braking system prevents the locking up of wheels during the course of braking. So it also enhances the control of the steering while the brake is applied. So it is one of the mandatory features that are required are made mandatory in all the countries. Let us see the working of the braking system. So basically, we should know the anatomy of the automobile. So you can see here, this is a typical anatomy of the automobile. So the automobile can be of a front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive or of all wheel drive. So basically, these automobile vehicles, if you see here, so you can see the engine's position maybe on the front or rear, right? So in Volvo, Scania, these kind of vehicles, you can see the engine is mounted on the rear end, right? So you can see here, so the uh, tires are positioned along with the brakes. So all the tire are equipped with the brakes. So these brakes are controlled by means of a mechanism, right? So you can see the distance between two center of the wheels is called wheelbase, and distance between the two width of the tires is nothing but the wheel track. So this is how the automobile will look like basically. This is a skeleton of the vehicles. So brake. Why do you need a brake? Yeah, a brake is used to control the vehicle or to reduce the speed, that is to decelerate the vehicle according to the need during the driving. So you can see here, this is a typically a foot operated brake. You can see this is the force applied through the pedal, right? This pedal force is transferred to the piston cylinder arrangement. So once the force is applied by the foot, the force is transferred in means of a fluid that is represented in blue color and which engages the caliper that is in the red color. So because of the force, the pressure is applied, right? The pressure is transferred or the force is transferred by means of the fluid, right? So this caliper holds the wheel disc, right? So that is how the brake force is applied. So this brake force is applied according to the transfer of force. So this force is not sufficient, or this force makes the wheel to be locked during the driving, so which causes the vehicle to move in a different direction, or it changes the control of the vehicle. So there may be some accidents because the wheel if gets locked, what happens is the driver is not able to steer the vehicle. That is a main problem in the brake. So that is why this anti-lock braking system is invented. And one more thing, not only wheel lock, and if you see the slippery surfaces and all, what happens is due to the slippery surface, the tires they lose traction, right? So there is no grip between the roads and the tires. So what happens is the vehicle loses its control, and obviously the direction of the vehicle changes without the control of the driver. So that is a main cause for the invention of the anti-lock braking system. So another important thing is about the stopping distance. You can see the stopping distance of the different road surface. So normally the stopping distance is minimal, right? In normal road surface. If you see in rain, it is extended by 50%. And if you see in the snow, it is twice than the normal. And if you see in the icy surface, that is three times normal distance. So this stopping distance is one of the major factor, because the vehicle should be stopped at a particular point in order to prevent the accident. So why the stopping distance is matters a lot, because if the vehicle is not stopped at a particular distance, what happens is there is a chance of a crash or a collision. So generally, this anti-lock braking system is invented or originated in flights, right? Because while landing on the runways, what happens is the runway lengths are lengthy, and the distance to stop the flight is very much, right? So because of the speed of the flight, so what happens is in order to reduce the stopping distance, as well as in order to increase the grip between the road surface as well as the tire, grip between road and tire, the ABS is originated. And if you see the working principle, the ABS is comprising of three different components. They are the main components that are in the vehicle. One is the wheel speed sensor, the second one is the ECU, and third one is the hydraulic modulator. So you can see here, this is how the electrical and hydraulic systems are positioned in the vehicle. So this electrical system, that is the ECU, commands the brake. There are three modes of operation in the ABS braking. One is the increase in pressure. The second one is the hold in pressure, and the third one is the release in pressure. So if you see this layout, the dotted line indicates the electrical flow, and the continuous line indicates the hydraulic flow. As I told you in the anatomy, so you can see here all the wheels are equipped with brakes. So this wheel speed sensor is the one of the important sensor that are mounted on all the wheels. This wheel speed sensor detects the motion of the wheel, whether the wheel is in motion or whether the wheel is in idle position. So what is the position of the wheel can be identified by means of the wheel speed sensor. So through this sensor, the ECU gets the information and applies the three modes of braking. That is the increase in pressure, hold in pressure, and release in pressure according to the ECU's command. So because of this, the vehicle gets stopped in a minimum distance. So while the brake is applied, the vehicle decelerates. While the brake is released, the steerability is increased, as well as while the hold in pressure, the hold of brake is done. So these are the different components of the vehicle. You can see the ABS system. So there are sensors, right? There are wheel speed sensors, ECU, and the warning light. You can see all the wheels are mounted with wheel speed sensors. Yes. So this is already I told you, and you can see how the wheel speed sensor is functioning. So this wheel speed sensor, you can see here. So the wheels are like gear-like structure. A gear-like structure is mounted on the wheel. So that spins along with the wheel. While the wheel is spinning, this sensor will generate a pulse, right? The pulse of voltage. So through the pulse of voltage, the ECU means that the wheel is in motion. If the pulse is not generated, which means the wheel is also in motion. So this generation of pulse depends upon according to the motion of the wheel, right? So if the pulse is continuous or if the pulse is not generated, which means the wheel is in lock position. So this is how the ABS system, the ECU detects the position of the wheel. So the advantages is, yes, as I already told you, the stopping distance of the vehicle is reduced. It increases the steerability of the vehicle. Yes, it also prevents the skidding of the vehicle, as well as the confidence in emergency stops. And there are some limitations in the ABS. So the brake should not be pumped while the vehicle is equipped with ABS. The stopping distance is not always the shorter. It can be varied because of the different surface, as I told you, gravel and snow. And the driver's reaction, they does not prevent collision alone, right? And the pedal feedback. So pulsing can misunderstood. Yes, as I told you, the pedal should not be pulsed, right? And there should be regular check and maintenance, which is always required and recommended. So that's it about the webinar or the lecture on anti-lock braking system. Thank you.